What's happening today out there in YouTube land? Hey, I have a very interesting subject today. A lot of people have been wanting to figure out how to file against the system, or the jail, the police, things like that. So rather than just repeat it over and over and over, I'll do a video here to give you some understanding of what it entails to file against the jail or to file against the police and things like that. Now, the first thing is write everything down as soon as possible. As soon as you get the information that you're going to file or you're going to attempt to file against one of these bandits, then keep track of notes and times and dates and things like that, and the parties that you wish to file against. Now, anybody can do this, and yes, I've done it before, and yes, I was very successful. Now, once you've taken notes and you've written everything down, giving dates and times as much as possible, and adding names to a list a potential list of people that you're going to file against, you have to understand that you can get multiple people to do this at the same time. You can get a class action suit going. For example, let's say if you're in a jail, okay, and you want to file, you can get other inmates to sign on as one of the parties. Now, what you should do, especially if you're incarcerated, you should write the counselor at law. So the counselor at law, let's say whatever state you're in, I'm in Ohio. Let's say you type in the computer, you have a family member do it. Counselors at law in the state of Ohio. And then you're going to get a list that comes up. Now, when that list comes up, you want to send it to as many parties as possible, different counselors at law. So then get their addresses and everything, and their phone number, and write a standard letter, basically 1 page. Don't overdo this. Do 1 page, basically what your goal is and why you're writing them a letter. And then you're going to leave your phone number, and things like that, your address, maybe where you're incarcerated or that you're incarcerated, if you are incarcerated. Now you want to basically point out a half page about what you want to file about, like violating your constitutional rights, and things like that. Maybe no drug and alcohol program, improper rounds, no supervising of medication. Believe it or not, all these things are real things. A friend of mine did it, and the jail was too close to the railroad tracks. It vibrated as crazy as this sounds, it vibrated the building and woke everybody up every time a train went by, and it was approximately 25 feet from the building. I mean, I know it was true. It's true. Now, things like that. Maybe the cell block is painted red. That's not an institutional color. You put a bunch of people that are under stress in a red room, they will fight and kill each other. So see, there's all kinds of things. Now you basically outline in this letter, just a standard letter, that all of these things are taking place and you want to file suit according to what they believe. And then you say, if you can't assist me, can you please forward this to another counselor at law? So, thank you sincerely. Now, then you print that off, and then you write in the names and addresses of the places that you want to send it. You can have a family member do this for you, and then attorneys or counselors at law will show up to the jail and talk to you. Now you can get out of the jail and go file, but you're better off to try to do it while you're in jail. I mean, there's little federal little known federal law that you should file while you're in jail. And I had a friend that did it one time, and they did win. Now, you don't do this just to make them mad. You do this because you want it to be better for anybody else that may get in that position. Because you know there are innocent people in there. I mean, until they're found guilty or they plead guilty. I mean, you think about that. Now, having your notes and who you want to file against and the violations you believe. Now, you only got to mention just a couple of violations, and everywhere has violations, You just have to really look into it and think about it. And the parties that you want to file against, for what reasons you want to file. I mean, even if you're not associated with a jail, or the suit's not going to be against a jail. Let's say it's against a specific officer or a group of officers. It's the same thing. You write everything down. You write the counselors at law. Now, if it's some serious action, and I have had a friend that I did assist this with, he was handcuffed in a van, and the cop was talking some mean crap to him, and he said, "You can't beat me up. You got handcuffs on me." And the guy stopped the van, got him out, drug him out by his shackles. This is a true story. And he scarred his elbows, his back, and when he finally ended up, he filed suit on them with a counselor at law that I suggested in my area, and I know he got a couple $100,000. I mean, it wasn't worth getting beat up, but if you think you have nowhere to turn, excuse me, you use this method, and the counselors at law will assist you. Now, you have to understand, it needs to be a certain amount of value for them to do it. If you're sleeping on the mattress at the jail, it has to be a little more than that. Okay, it has to be something serious where you were assaulted by them, or they did something to you that you can prove, and there's an injury. You go to the counselors at law, and the counselors at law will file for you. And you won't sign your name but a couple of times, and the case will rock and roll. Now, filing against the bond of the officer that swore an oath really to protect you, that assaults you, it's there at the Secretary of State's office for the counselor at law to do a claim on bond. Yes, I've been in on one, and yes, it was successful. Everything went like clockwork. They don't play when those things happen to you. If you can get the counselor at law that will do this. So it's another mechanism in the arsenal of things against the system that's not honorable, that violate the law and violate your rights. So I hope you appreciate this video and this little bit of information. Please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day.